Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. The Nico Iamaleava era is here. Look, we are 4 days past the bowl game, the 35-0 win over Iowa. There is still a little buzz in the air in Vol Nation, and that is because of Nico Iamaleava. Look, some of you said, hey, it wasn't perfect. It didn't look great. Some of you aren't impressed. Others are talking about national championships, Heisman Trophy winners. But look, you go back and you look at what Nico did in that bowl game. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't perfect. But as Josh Heupel says, it ain't got to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Nico still went 12 of 19, 151 yards through the air, a touchdown, also added 3 touchdowns on the ground. Tennessee's offense scored 4 touchdowns. You know, you take away the 7 points from James Pierce in that pick 6. Nico accounted for every touchdown that offense scored against the Iowa Hawkeyes. And some people want to discredit Iowa, right? They want to talk about how their defense isn't that good. The bottom line is it is still a top 5 defense. Tennessee went out there and they took care of business. But look, Nico is the highest rated prospect that Tennessee has signed in the modern era. The $8 million man, the NIL contract, all the buzz. From the moment he committed to Tennessee, we knew he was the future. Joe Milton kind of sandwiched in the middle here between Hendon Hooker and Nico Iamaleava. He was the future. He is the chosen one. Hendo Cinco let us know. He let us know he is the chosen one. How good can Nico be at Tennessee? Will he win a Heisman Trophy? Well, we can go look at FanDuel Sportsbook. They put out the odds for the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner. Do you believe it? Nico's right up there near the top. You got 3 tied at plus 750 in Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, Jalen Milroe, and then you got Dylan Gabriel at plus 1,000. Nico Iamaleava, the redshirt freshman, comes in at plus 1,800. So place your bets now. If you believe, if you buy into the hype, go ahead and jump in and place your bets. Can Nico win a Heisman at Tennessee? Will Nico win a Heisman at Tennessee? We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, do me a favor and smash the thumbs up just below this video. It is quick. It is free. It's easy, and it helps this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you here. We talk with you. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Tons of recruiting coverage coming your way. We got transfer portal news and rumors. Good video yesterday. Pretty much told you guys. Felt like Gerald Mincey was going to enter the portal. Less than 12 hours later, Gerald Mincey enters the portal. That video yesterday also gives you 4 new targets that Tennessee is looking at. That's what we're trying to do here during the offseason, keep you guys up to date. We're going to be bringing you live streams. I'll be live every single Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, playing NCAA football, talking all things Tennessee football, so make sure you come join me for that. But let's talk about the Heisman Trophy. Can Nico Iamaleava win the Heisman at Tennessee? First and foremost, what is the Heisman? Try to define the Heisman based on recent history. Well, what they put out, they themselves say the Heisman Trophy is awarded annually to the most outstanding player in college football. Winners epitomize great ability combined with diligence, perseverance, and hard work. It is presented by the Heisman Trophy Trust in early December before the postseason bowl game. So can Nico win a Heisman? When you talk about Heismans at Tennessee, the first thing people are going to bring up is Tennessee will never win a Heisman, ever. If Peyton Manning didn't win it, they will never win a Heisman. If Johnny Majors didn't win it, they will never win a Heisman. And look, I'm very familiar with the Peyton Manning story. Charles Woodson, the first primarily defensive player in Heisman Trophy history, robbed Peyton Manning. We all know it. We all agree with it. People that aren't Tennessee fans know it and understand it and agree with it. Peyton Manning deserved that trophy. He was robbed. You go back to 1993, Charlie Ward actually won the Heisman over Tennessee quarterback Heath Shuler, but I think that was well-deserved. That's why that one doesn't really get talked about as much. Those were the 2 most recent Heisman Trophy runner-ups at Tennessee. You got to go all the way back to 1956 for the last time prior to that Tennessee had a Heisman Trophy runner-up. And I think some of you old-timers are going to know this one. You're going to talk about this one. Some of you guys, this one is worse than Peyton Manning, if you can believe that. 1956, Johnny Majors absolutely robbed of a Heisman Trophy by Paul Hornung. He won the Heisman. Listen to this. He won the Heisman over Johnny Majors despite Notre Dame going 2-8 and being outscored by 159 points. 2-8 Notre Dame. They win the Heisman Trophy. He threw for 3 touchdowns that year and 13 interceptions. That is your Heisman Trophy winner in 1956. 3 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Johnny Majors, on the other hand, rushed for 549 yards, 7 touchdowns on 108 carries. He was the runner-up in 1956, also led Tennessee to a 10-1 record, an appearance in the Sugar Bowl, and a final national ranking of number 2. So I get it. Some of you guys are going to say, look, a player at Tennessee is never going to win the Heisman. After what happened to Johnny Majors, after what happened to Peyton Manning, they will never win the Heisman. I'm going to go back to our old friend, Coach Pearson. He coached Nico Iamaleava in high school. If you missed my video on whether or not Nico could live up to the hype, live up to the pressure, I played a couple of videos from his high school coach, Coach Pearson. I'm going to play a little clip of one of those, and then I will link that entire video at the end of this one. Go back and give it a watch if you missed it. Does Coach P think that Nico can live up to the hype? Let's take a listen.
But what you don't know about him is this. His work ethic is tremendous. He's going to outwork anybody. So he'll get in a program and he'll just get better and just outwork people. And then what that does, especially in a college atmosphere, is it rallies all the linemen, it rallies all the other kids around him. And the way he's going to treat people is nothing but with respect, and he's going to make people feel good around him. So if anyone can handle this NIL money and stuff like that, it's going to be a guy like him, because he never, ever shows disrespect to people, and he never big times anybody. So that's why I know he's going to be so successful. I know that. I mean, I've been in this game for years and coached guys at high levels, U.S. Army games, a couple of those games I coached in, all the Nike camps I worked in for years. And you just see certain kids and how they act and how they are away from practice and away from the camera. And they're either, you have an idea they're not probably going to make it, and then you say, oh, yeah, these guys are going to make it. So he's definitely going to make it. I mean, there's no question in my mind. And so, I'm excited for his future. I really am.
So again, you hear a guy that has coached at an elite level around some of the best players in the country. He talked about the U.S. Army games. He coached Bryce Young, and he's gone on record and said that Nico is going to be a first-round draft pick and he's going to win a Heisman Trophy wherever he ends up. Now he's at Tennessee. Do you believe it? Do you buy in? You see the odds from FanDuel Sportsbook. Can Nico win a Heisman at the University of Tennessee? Something I love hearing Coach P talk about there is how he makes people want to rally around him, right? And we are seeing that. We saw it back in the Connecticut game when he threw that first touchdown. We've seen it as we've kind of gone through this offseason or before the bowl game when all the offensive linemen are coming back. Brew McCoy's coming back. Defensive linemen coming back. Why is that? It's the Nico effect. These guys, these players, they understand. They've seen Nico in practice. Everybody that wants to come in and say, oh, he's too small. Oh, he's not ready. You want to say whatever you want to say, you have no idea. But the guys in the building, they know. They see it. They know that Nico's got something special, and that's why they're coming back for one last ride in 2024, because they believe they can go win an SEC championship. They believe they can go win a national championship. Do you believe that Nico Iamaleava can win a Heisman Trophy at Tennessee? Let's take a look at the quarterbacks that Josh Heupel has coached at the University of Tennessee. I think you go back to Hendon Hooker in 2022, that's robbery as well. Am I saying that Hendon Hooker deserved the Heisman Trophy? No, I'm not saying that, but he deserved to be in New York. He deserved to represent the university. You can talk about the injury all you want. The numbers speak for themselves. In 2022, Hendon threw for over 3,100 yards, 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He also added 430 yards on the ground and 5 touchdowns. 2021 as the quarterback, he threw for almost 3,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, also added 5 touchdowns on the ground that season. Now you go forward, you move ahead to Joe Milton, and, we were very critical of Joe all year, and rightfully so for the right reasons, but statistically, if you look at his numbers, Joe had a pretty good season as well, threw for 2,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and surprisingly, Joe added 7 touchdowns on the ground. So Joe had a pretty good number, pretty good season stats-wise by the numbers. What does Nico look like in this system? And I know star ratings, star rankings don't always matter, but just for the record, just for the books, Hendon, 4-star dual-threat quarterback. Joe Milton, 3-star quarterback. Nico Iamaleava, 5-star quarterback, #1 ranked player in the country. Something I've said time and time and time again on this channel is when Josh Heupel's offense was going out there and scoring 50 points a game, and they had the #1 offense in the country. I said, what happens when you get elite-level talent, when you get true 5-star prospects like Nico Iamaleava, like Mike Matthews, and you develop those guys, and then you send them out there onto the field? What do the numbers in this offense look like at that point? What can Nico Iamaleava do? How much do his legs open up the game? You saw it against Iowa. He is very elusive. He looks a lot like Hendon when it comes to escaping pressure, escaping the pocket, making things happen, keeping his eyes downfield. So I ask you, are you willing to place your bet on Nico in 2024? I want to hear your comments on this one. As always, smash the thumbs up. Hit that join button down below. Support this channel. We need your support. You can do it for $1 a month. That is it. You get custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But more importantly, you are what keeps this channel driving during the offseason, and I am grateful for that. If you don't have the money to give and donate and support, that's fine. Smash the thumbs up. That's free. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it, because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.